Empowered, podcast that equips the church, parents, leaders, and the next generation. Hosted by Paul Spurlin, Caleb Sampson, Jerry Elder, and Kaleb Norwood. 4 voices, 1 mission: to build stronger ministries, faithful families, and disciples that last. Real talk, real tools, real encouragement. This is Empowered, and it starts now in the Ministry League Network.
Welcome to the Empowered Podcast. We are here to empower you, the church member, the person who loves Jesus, and to equip the church, parents, leaders, the next generation. We want to provide strength for the soul and wisdom for the journey. My name is Paul Spurlin, and I'm joined with Norwood, Elder, and Sampson, and we're going to let them introduce themselves to you for this opportunity to empower you in the Lord's way. And this is the show. Welcome, guys.
We can go by age. Mr. Jerry, who are you?
That's so mean.
I didn't know which way you were going. You said Norwood, Elder, and Sampson. So I figured you would be saying something like, that's the order of things. But nonetheless, hi, guys. I'm Mr. Jerry. I'm the Youth and Family Minister, Spring Meadows Church of Christ in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Been working with them now for 13 years, in youth ministry now for 43 years. And I am excited about this podcast and working with these 3 younger men to listen to the wisdom that they will help bring to an older man in a new light. So we're glad to be with you.
Paul's just glad to be called younger.
Yay! Thank you.
All right, Norwood, tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Kaleb Norwood. I am one of the youth ministers for the Henderson Church of Christ in Henderson, Tennessee. And I've been doing youth ministry for full-time for 2 years now. And I'm excited to hear from, I'm the young one, so I'm excited to hear from all the older guys. Sorry, y'all. And the wisdom that they're going to bring to this.
This whole show is so he could say that. He just wanted that opportunity.
That's 100%.
We're all immature, but he's the young one.
That's right.
Speaking of immaturity, Caleb, you go now.
I am Caleb Sampson. I'm the director of media marketing at Heritage Christian University and the director of the Ministry League Network. And I've been in ministry for about 20 years in preaching and youth ministry roles, and glad to be here and be a part of this to help folks.
And my name is Paul Spurlin. As I mentioned before, I am the Connections Minister, the trailblazer of all Connections ministers. Welcome to the club, one. David. At the Piedmont Road Church of Christ. Great to have you with us here. I've been in ministry for 30 years, and it is interesting when you find every one of us has an extra decade. And so we're here to share our experiences, but also some of our education and some of our know-how in trying to help you out and getting a broad spectrum of what happens in ministry and how that everyone is a minister and we all have a ministry to work. And so that's really what this show is all about. And we're going to kind of define a little bit of it and cover as many areas of ministry as we possibly can, because when you look at all the numbers here, we're close to about 100 years that we're going to have some stuff to share with you when it comes to that stuff. I know that made it worse, but it is cool. And that's why where the empowered part comes from. So we use the empowered to help you with the journey, and we're going to laugh a lot. We're going to share some experiences, some things that will gross you out, and some things that will really lift you up. And so we got a lot of stuff to share with you. So that's kind of where we start from there. But what I want to do is, if you don't mind, I'd like to start with Norwood here, because let's give credit where credit's due. This is Caleb's baby. This is something that he started with, he wanted to do, and it kind of brought us in on and made it all happen. But let's start here and ask Caleb, what's the vision? Where are you at on what this what you wanted this to be, and where do you see this going?
Yeah, so really it is all about how can we help those who feel discouraged, one, those who are starting this journey, prime example, me, I've got 2 years in full-time ministry. And there's a lot of stuff that I still need to learn. And so one, how can I learn from the wisdom of other people and experience is always the best teacher. But if I can save myself the troubles, all of that stuff, and just how can I empower people? How can I, as a young man, as a older man, as a whatever, how can I empower people? That is all about Christianity. Jesus empowered people. How can I show that to other people?
That's cool. Jerry, why did you say yes to this?
Did I?
That's where we're at. That's what's going on.
I think I was kind of like told, "Hey, we need you to be on this." No, why did I say yes to this?
Maybe.
Well, I agree, man. I agree that we need to look at the concept of empowering people. I want people to also kind of understand this is not just for ministers. This is for the everyday Christian. This is for young people. It's for old people. We want people that love the Lord, love the Lord's church. And I think empowered is that how can we help to empower you as you empower us to help the Lord's church to grow? And that's the main reason why I've agreed to be a part of this. And hopefully we can add a little spark to the fire and get a big blaze going.
Sampson over in Flowtown. You're kind of the central focus of it, helping us out, getting us on this, launching this today, but you said yes to it as well. Mm-hmm. What about this journey do you look forward to see? What can happen from these conversations each week?
Well, I enjoy the fun side of this. I enjoy any kind of fellowship with you guys, and coming from the Midwest, growing up in Nebraska and doing some ministry in Nebraska and Iowa, the Texas Panhandle, places where the church is few and far between. The connections, to take your title, Paul, the connections.
Most do. It's okay. I don't mind.
I mean, David did. So the connections, cool, I feel like really pulls us together, especially, even just in ministry in general, or especially youth ministry. Sometimes you feel like an island, and you're pouring yourself constantly into other people. And so I love stuff like this that helps to remind the regular member that they are part of, that they are a minister, and remind the youth of things that could encourage them, remind our leadership of ways that they can make a difference. And, the power of technology brings us all together in a unique format. So I love this kind of stuff, and that's what I'm all about.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you, and I know, and Jerry made a great point. This is, and all of you are making the same point. This is not just for ministers. This is for parents. This is for lay members. This is for every member of the church, because everybody has a ministry. But I do want to have some little caveat for those ministers, especially youth ministers, because as y'all know, I spent some time teaching young men to become youth ministers, and most of you, well, Jerry I know has, in the internships and things that he's done, and his association with Freed Hardeman and stuff. Speaking to a youth minister, and I'm not just speaking to Norwood because he's there, but don't just be the youth minister. Have a heart for everybody in that building, because they love you, and everybody's putting a little something in that plate for you. And so I think we need to understand, as a youth minister, it is imperative to have a desire to preach. You don't have to be a preacher to be a youth minister. Okay. If you want to be a youth minister, be a youth minister. I'm strong on that. Okay. But have the ability and search out how to speak publicly. Learn and try to get to that singing those songs, and learn about those devotionals and those Bible studies. In baseball, everybody loves the 5-tool player. Be the 5-tool minister. And it's not just about ministry. It's about all people. Find those things, and find things that can help you develop as a servant of God. And really, that's kind of the essence and foundation of what this whole thing is all about.
Mm-hmm. It's going to cover a whole variety of topics over the next how many years we do this, and so, or how many weeks we do this, or we'll find out. But our goal is, till we can. Caleb, you're the one that has the X, so you get to cancel us out. So that's Caleb Sampson, by the way. And so, but we have the opportunity to be intentional about our ministry, and we have the opportunity to be intentional with other people around us. And I think that's something that's going to keep this flowing, is by keeping relevant, of things today, but not forgetting the things of the past that led us to where we are today.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's good
That's
stuff.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Hey, while
glad
we're
it's
since we
good.
just did the intros, tell everybody one fun fact about yourself. Help the audience get to know us a little bit better. What's a fun fact about you, Mr. Jerry?
I am from Talladega, Alabama, actually outside of Talladega, a little community called Munford, Alabama. When I was 16 years old, Mr. Bill France and Mr. McKeag, who owned the Talladega racetrack, allowed us hero boys to drive on the Talladega racetrack. So I took my streetcar out on the track. And I know it was doing at least fast.
What was your lap?
You have to be doing 70
fast.
Yeah, well, so the car I was driving was a 73 Ford Gran Torino. It had a 351 Cleveland engine in it. I knew it was fast because I got one ticket at 130 in it.
Oh,
so yeah.
Nice.
That would
Young
put me under
people
the
do
jail.
not do that. Just disclaimer.
Yes,
Don't do
Exactly. Do not. Yeah, learn by your mistakes. And so, but that's a different story for different times. So yeah, fun fact about me, I got to drive on the Talladega racetrack. So, and
wow.
it was fun.
It sounds fun.
Sure. Yeah.
It's dangerous, but okay.
Paul, what's a fun fact about you?
I don't know about fun facts. I mean, I do woodworking. I build furniture. That's not fun, but it is for me. It's how I focus. It's cool. I'm a big Star Wars guy, big Elvis fan. Collect books. I love Jesus. You know what I do. I could share something that me and Jerry talked about before the show, but I won't go there. We'll wait to say that for another time. But let's just say that we're close brethren, and we've shared some things and are willing to do whatever it takes for the furtherance of the kingdom. We'll just put it that way.
That's right.
I just shared my fun fact without sharing it. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Norwood, what's a fun fact about you?
Where were you, Spurlin? Okay, sorry.
I am also a big Star Wars nerd. Right up here, I've got Grogu. Right up here in the original packaging, by the way. I refuse to open it.
Good call.
I love disc golf. I also have a Ricky Wasaki signed disc up here.
Who?
And Ricky Wasaki. He won the
I've heard of Mike Wazowski, but not
Mike Wazowski.
Dude with one big eye, right?
yeah, that guy. He throws the disc on disc golf and it goes flying.
Oh.
Yeah, and I
What?
What? I'm just listening.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay.
Caleb?
Fun fact about me, I've got 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl, and I don't know. I'm a very unfun person.
Good not. We didn't mention our kids. Good job. We're all jerks.
Well, I don't have kids, so
No, you don't.
And I love each and every one of them the same.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, me.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Well,
so what is this? We're talking about it being empowered.
Yep.
So what do you look forward to? What is something that you look forward to in this segment?
That's good. Good question. Samson, why don't you get us started on this one?
Rephrase the question, Jerry. What
am I
looking
forward to through the podcast? I mean, what's some of the things that you can foresee happening in this podcast?
Well, I think we're going to cover a lot of different topics and unique perspectives, especially the generational aspect of our show. Each of us, everybody has a unique perspective, but especially at the different levels and different way that we approach life and the different generations that we're a part of. I'm always amazed to see like the generational statistics and things like that of what makes a difference to each generation, and what perspective do they come from based on their generation. Those things kind of always surprise me, and so I think we're going to see a lot of unique perspectives, and a lot of I look forward to y'all's advice. I'm not so looking forward to my advice, but I think there's a lot of help that we can get, and I hope that we'll get a lot of audience interaction, questions submitted from different listeners, and things that we can cover in the future. We've kind of got a list of our first few shows that we want to cover, but we hope to have a lot of audience engagement and a lot of fun. One of the things I think, especially in ministry, and there is a ministry shortage. I don't know if you knew that or not, but there is a shortage of ministers out there, and we need more people to understand that ministry is not just a standing behind a podium and wearing a suit and tie. And for a lot of places, the suit and tie is starting to change. But yeah, I feel like young people just don't know that ministry is fun. And so I hope they get this out of this podcast, that it is a lot of fun, and that it can be something that maybe you've never thought about doing before, but that you can make a difference in somebody else's life. It just takes some intention. So yeah. I hope we cover those things.
Absolutely.
How is it possible for anybody else to say anything? Right. I mean, he covered a lot of it. A lot of it. Norwood, you got anything else?
Listen, when I think of empowering people, I think of people pouring into other people, and just allowing them to take. It's about mentorship, right? It's about taking someone underneath your wing and empowering them. It's almost like the mama bird, where they're like, "Hey, fly, baby bird, go," and do that. So I don't know where that analogy came from, but that's where it came from. And so it's probably because I hear Jerry's birds in the background.
I am the one that will bring you the live aspect of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Okay. So, all right, I'll pause and go on this one right now. So in the garage last week, there were a couple of birds that got trapped, and they didn't get out. And so they it was a sad day. It was great for the neighbor cat.
Nice. I need a soundboard that does the wah wah wah.
Sound effects. Passing on I think all round table type fashion can talk some of these things out. And I was just trying to think real quick. Norwood, you are generation what?
I am.
I'm a boomer.
I'm a Z.
You're a Z. Spurlin?
No millennial?
Clue. You're a millennial.
No,
he's not a millennial.
No, I'm not a millennial.
No, he's not. You're not. But you're not a boomer.
What's older? No, I'm between those two.
He's above an X. X is 1980. So
Caleb, you're a boomer. Caleb, you're a millennial, aren't you?
I'm a cross between an X and a millennial.
He's on the edge, to be fair.
I'm on the edge of a lot of things.
So right. We talk about all these generational.
Yeah.
Listen, and we want to be mindful of this, and we want to be respectful of every generation out there.
Right.
We want to have that respect, because each generation is going to bring a unique perspective to the Lord's church. And the thing is, what we need to, and this is what I think our ultimate goal is to make the Lord's church grow in an intergenerational style.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And that means from the youngest to the oldest, and find the value in it. And so we've got about 45 seconds left on this. Caleb, am I right, Sampson, or on this first episode?
Yes.
All right. So, well, we're going to try to keep it between around about 20 minutes. We could talk forever. And
we will some more
stuff for the second
next week,
which might be the last one.
Maybe not.
So,
that's right.
Right. So
the big thing, though, since Jerry is kind of closing us down here, the big thing is to make sure you know that we are brought to you by Ministry League. So please go and download the app. to get all the podcasts of all the things that this guy is the director of, and make sure and check all those out, or wherever you're sitting in the thing. Ministry League at ministryleague.com, the website, but also the app. Download the app. A lot of cool things coming from there, and a lot of other things that are going on with that as well. There's an email address you can send to us to send us some stuff. Caleb, you want to give them that email address?
Well, which email address do you want to use, Paul?
I don't know. That's why I threw it to you. You would say an email address right now. This is the most unscripted show ever.
If you want to send an email to us, you can send it to paul@ministryleague.com.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
He checks his. I have too many email addresses.
I do check it all the time.
Well, we
do that. We will see you next week.
Yeah, we do want you to have your questions and things like that. Just a trail of thought as we leave out today, a little bit more on the serious side. The Lord's church is very, very important, and we want everybody to love the Lord, fall in love with the Lord's church. In order for you to fall in love with the Lord's church, you've got to see the love of the Lord's church in there, because it is the greatest command, loving the Lord your God, heart, soul, mind, and strength. But the second one, I think, really hits us all, loving our neighbor as ourselves. Who is that neighbor? It's the guy you're going to eat lunch with. It's the guy you're going to work with. It's the guy you're going to be the person you're going to be in school with. And we can be that light as we empower other people to be the light for the Lord everywhere we go. We hope you have a great day.
That's right. See y'all next week.
Powered podcast that equips the church, parents, leaders, and the next generation. Hosted by Paul Spurlin, Caleb Sampson, Jerry Elder, and Kaleb Norwood. 4 voices, 1 mission: to build stronger ministries, faithful families, and disciples that last. Real talk, real tools, real encouragement,